Hello, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. This is the Leftover Popcorn Podcast, and I am your host, Damian Luneman. On this podcast, we just chill, hang out. We just have a conversation. We talk about movies, news. We talk about entertainment. We talk about music. We talk about Hot Springs, which is where I live. We talk about people who live in Hot Springs, and I will talk to people who live here and create art and do stuff like that, friends, family, and all different sorts of shit. And it's going to be super fun. It's going to be super relaxed and laid back. If you've never listened to a podcast before and you don't really know if it's something you're into, I suggest that you just give it a listen. It's like listening to the radio, but without the music or the ads. And most people might be like, well, there's no music. Why am I going to listen to it? Well, I don't know. Then just listen to the radio. I don't know what to tell you. But what I am trying to say is this will be an easy podcast to listen to on your way to work if you're traveling, or if you're doing homework and you don't have to keep looking up at the TV to interrupt your studying. This is a good laid-back conversation. That's the point. I guess a little bit about myself if you don't know who I am. My name is Damian Luneman. I am 22. I graduated from Lake Hamilton High School in 2014. And I work at a restaurant. I've been a server there for 2.5 years, so I have plenty of stories to tell and plenty of stories to keep telling due to my wide range of friends and the group of people that I hang out with. I currently live in an apartment with my girlfriend and my 2 cats, who I love very, very much, both named after Star Wars characters because Star Wars is the greatest thing that's ever happened to entertainment and media ever, except most of the new stuff. I'll talk about that too in later podcasts, and that's kind of what I want to get across is, like, I don't think this podcast will have a very certain subject that I'll hit. I mean, movies are kind of my passion, and I want to be an actor, so talking about movies will probably be a huge portion of this, but don't get me wrong, I love music, and I love news, and I love talking about shit that's happening in Hot Springs to kind of get the word out there and let people know that Hot Springs is more than just a place where people marry their sisters or their cousins. No judgments here. But what I did want to talk about first, which is actually surprising because I didn't think I would rant this early in my podcast, this being the first episode, but I get on Facebook. I don't even know how to start this because there's so many negative things I have to say. But whenever I was thinking of the idea of starting a podcast, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should do like this Facebook Live thing and stuff like that. Now, mind you, I only get on Facebook right now to see my sister post pictures of her baby, or my mom post pictures of my brother, and I go, wow, that's pretty cute. Basically just to see what family is up to. I would never, in a million years, ever use Facebook for anything else other than that. Because again, I thought about doing like a Facebook Live podcast, right? Where like you guys could see me and it wouldn't just be audio and I could do that. But I seriously cannot stand Facebook. And I know for a fact I am not alone. But my God, let me narrow my my focus here, really. I think Facebook is the most cancerous and cringy thing ever. I mean, this isn't even getting into like Tumblr or Twitter or anything like that. Facebook is the bottom of the barrel. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's shitty things on Twitter and there's like creepy things on Tumblr. But what is weird about Facebook is that it's like the bottom of all of those things. It's like the scum on the bottom of someone's boot. The things that people post on Facebook are some of the most cringy, and the people on Facebook are so damn gullible. And I just want to start with like the history. I think the first time I noticed that Facebook was becoming this cringy, like hellhole, basically, was whenever I started scrolling through Facebook and I saw these pictures of like this superly buff picture of Jesus. And then at the bottom, it was like this dude painted in all red with like a Halloween costume of the devil. And it basically, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, and the text says, Satan. And it's like, okay, not only is there so much wrong with this, because you're boiling down religion to this to this minuscule thing of like liking a post on Facebook, which there's so many things wrong about that to begin with, but that right there should have been the first sign, like, okay guys, let's not go down this path. And then you have the bottom of the barrel of like Facebook pranks, which everybody thinks are real, and it's like, you know, the boyfriend's cheating prank or the girlfriend's cheating prank, and everybody's like, oh my god, she told him, or vice versa, and they're so fake. They are acted so poorly. But the people on Facebook are not aware enough of anything else other than Facebook, so, you know, they don't get on YouTube, they don't see like the commentary channels like Danny Gonzalez or H3H3 talk about these things. So when they see it on Facebook, they're just like, "Oh, this is real. Oh, I'm taking this at face value because that's all I can take from it." And like gold diggers exist, and they will dump a guy just because he doesn't drive a Ferrari. Which, when I see these and I see how many likes they have and I see how many views they have, yes, I do get slightly jealous because, my God, would I love for my podcast to have 6.5 million views. But at the same time, I am also very sad that it has that many views because it worries the shit out of me. And then you have like fake, I would consider myself very in tune into like the entertainment world right now, and like actors that are being cast in certain movies and movies that are coming down the pipeline and like contracts that certain actors have or whatever. And I see these like fan-made movie trailers or these like fan-made posters. Like I remember like 2 years ago, I remember seeing a poster for The Lion King. Now don't get me wrong, that movie is coming out. It is a real movie. Remember, I saw this like weird Jungle Book / like I think there was even scenes from Twilight in it, in this live action trailer. And I remember some girl that I went to high school with that like I respected posted this fan-made trailer to Facebook, and the caption said, "I can't wait for this movie, I'm dying," with like 5 laughing emojis. And I was like, what is happening? What is happening right now? Now, I'm not trying to be like this hoity-toity, like on top of everything thing, but my God, every time I see something like this, every time there's an inkling of cringiness on Facebook, it's not even like entertaining anymore, to where I can look at it and laugh and like send it in my group chat with my friends, where I can go, oh my God, this person is being for real. This person is being serious. They think this exists, or they watch this and it's clearly fake, but they believe it's real. I'm not even at that point anymore. I am at the point where I almost don't even want to see what my family is up to on Facebook, because I am worried any day one of my family members is going to say, like this post if you want to live more years, and if you ignore it, you're going to die tomorrow or something. And when I see that, I'm just, you can't like visually see me right now, but I'm firing up, because just talking about it makes me so so damn angry. And I mean, this isn't even talking about like the pit of like fake hate that's spewed through Facebook, and like, you know, now everybody has a voice, so now anybody can be heard, even if it's the stupidest shit that they're saying. So yes, you might be thinking why I went on that rant. These podcasts on Facebook, and then I realized, if there are people out there like me who look at Facebook and they think, my God, this is literally the pit of hell, then maybe I shouldn't post my podcast there, because I don't want people to get the wrong idea. So instead, I will share links on my Facebook, because I know my family members still use it. And if I want them to hear or listen to a thing that I have to say, which I do, then I still need to use Facebook for at least a marketing perspective. But as far as posting anything of substance on Facebook, no. I could post a video of me killing a stuffed animal, and people would think I'm actually killing my cat, and they'd be like, "Oh, didn't even kill this cat. I went to high school with that kid." I hate it. Okay, that's enough of me talking about Facebook. But basically what I want to do with this podcast is, I mean, a little bit of that. a little bit of ranting, a little bit of just kind of telling you guys my thoughts and spreading my opinion. My opinion, by the way, I need to emphasize that as much as I possibly can. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. And if you agree with me, hey, keep listening. Or hell, if you don't agree with me and you just like disagreeing with me, which, Jesus Christ, if it isn't 2018, everybody wants to disagree with somebody, then go right ahead and keep listening, because I'll enjoy the listens anyways. And if you would like to be on the podcast with me, and you'd like to rant with me or talk about another subject that maybe I haven't talked about, then that would be great too. I have plans in the future to talk to plenty of my friends, musicians and artists or whatever, and kind of just get their take on Hot Springs in general, because I like the headspace of most people in Hot Springs. I just think Hot Springs could be more than it is right now. I think there are some people here that are limiting Hot Springs to just this place, that the stereotype that everyone thinks that it is. And I kind of want to but I want to let people know, because there already is one. People know about the community that is in Hot Springs. And I think a podcast is a good way, especially an audio podcast, because the person who comes on doesn't have to feel weird about being on camera or anything like that. We can just sit down and have a conversation, put the mic in between us, and just go. And I mean, we can talk about anything, movies, relationships, and the scariest moments in your life, and ghosts and stuff like that. Because I love shit like that. If you want to come on here and try to prove to me that ghosts are real and that you've actually seen one, then that's great, because then I'll try to prove to you that I actually have seen a UFO, and we can go back and forth on that. So what I really want to just say is thank you guys for listening. If you got to this 11 minutes, I know it's tough to keep your attention to something like that, especially since we live in an age where, people are posting like 2-minute videos and cramming everything they can. And that's kind of what I don't want to do. I want to create raw and just very conversational podcast, to where it's just me expressing my feelings, and I don't have to feel too rushed or anything like that. So really the point of this podcast is to let you guys know who I am, let you know kind of my vibe on things and what I want to talk about, which is basically everything, and that I also don't want to do it alone. I'll have some of the guys from OMC come in, and I'll talk to them, like Alex Carney and Kyle Rash and people like that. And yeah, guys, I'm just super excited. So basically, if you have gotten this far, thank you so much. I don't know what the next podcast will be about, but I do want to do these quite regularly, every other day or every 3 days or something like that, because as you know, there is news hitting the fan every single day. I mean, whether it's the Captain Marvel trailer dropping, or MGK and Eminem dissing each other, or anything like that. Like, if one of them gets shot or something, I will let you guys know. And I will indeed talk about it. So again, thank you guys. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm a little all over the place, or I don't know, because I really don't know kind of what to do. This is my first podcast. I'm just excited, and I'm excited that you guys are listening. So thank you guys so much for listening to the Leftover Popcorn, a podcast where we talk about entertainment, movies, news, relationships, anything, just to have a damn conversation. And I will see you guys next time. Thank you so much.